What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Miller's Music Mondays. How are you? And yes, new emotes. Thanks to you guys, I was able to unlock some more emotes. So there's even more little cartoon characters of me that you can have fun with if you become a subscriber. So cool. I'm just decided I'm going to play this song to open the show. So here we go. This is off my Uncountry album. Back to where I've been, every woman ever seen. I saw that I was having fun, never meaning to be cruel. Guess I was a careless fool, but now it's time to pay for what I've done. And everyone says, go give yourself. Every consequence is hell. Anytime about myself, I'm trying to clear the guilt out of my mind. Bars won't bend, the chains won't break. Cause I relive all my mistakes. May not be locked up, but I'm still doing time. And that I was yesterday just won't seem to go away, even though it's deep and long gone. Passing has a memory, it never wants to leave me free. It just reminds me where I went wrong, even though I know better now. And every consequence's hell. Anytime I find myself, I'm trying to clear the guilt out of my mind. Bars won't bend, the chains won't break. Cause I relive all my mistakes. Man, I feel like I'm still doing time. Doing time. Oh. No escape, so I'll just wait till the night sun sets me free. Yeah, every consequence is hell. Anytime I find myself, I'm trying to clear the guilt out of my mind. Bonds won't bend, the chains won't break. Cause I relive all my mistakes. Man, I feel like I'm still doing time. Doing time. Still doing time. May not be locked up, but I'm still doing time. Yeah. May not be locked up, but I kind of am locked up. A lot of us are locked up. But I'm going to bring on a friend of mine who's not locked up, not completely. Let's bring on my friend, Kern County's finest, Bakersfield's buddy, Joe Peters. Joe, what's up, man?
What is going on, man? How are you today?
Good, man. I love your background. We were just talking about that. You built that.
It's amazing what you can do during quarantine. You know, you just get bored and you start slapping wood on walls, you know.
Get bored, find some boards. Yeah.
Yeah, all reclaimed. I mean, we're just living green down here.
Perfect. Yeah.
How you been, man?
So I know we were catching up earlier, but so you've been playing a couple shows here and there, right? Outside.
Yeah, man, it's been great. I mean, obviously, under the current climate we're living in, COVID's kind of got everybody down right now. But, you know, Bakersfield, we've always kind of walked on the edge of things a little bit. And people down here, they're more concerned with their mental health and getting out and doing stuff here. And we're kind of, you know, people down here are really craving live music again. and the buzz is out, and people are starting to ask for music. We just got moved. Our governor moved us into just a whole new level of the quarantine. So we're able to eat inside restaurants now. We're able to go to bars, and the bars that are open are asking for live music. All the restaurants are having us play on the patios, and we actually just put on a live show at a ranch here last weekend, and it was an unbelievable turnout. We had 300 people more than we had planned for show up for the event, and it was just no stopping it. I mean, people were just weren't taking any no for an answer. They were coming to it. It was cool, man. It felt like normal again.
Yeah, well, sooner or later, we'll get to do that in LA, at least outside. It's good that you're doing that. Well, have you since it took me until 20 seconds to decide what my first song was going to be. Have you decided what your first song is going to be?
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking about that. It's never really hard. It's never an easy thing to know what you're going to play, I guess, to start with. But this song I wanted to start with a buddy of mine, Tim Stiles from here in Bakersfield. We wrote this song together, and it's called "Don't Make Me Fall in Love with You."
Great.
Girl, you put this bar to shame. From the moment that you walked in, when you smiled and asked my name, well, I thought, boy, here we go again. 'Cause I've been down this road before. My heart can't do it anymore. And I can tell you're better than just another one night stand. I'll admit you make me smile like I ain't done in quite a while. So promise me whatever you do, girl, don't make me fall in love with you. And I don't win another drink, well, I'll be asking you to dance. But I'm more fragile than you think, and I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to take that chance. I've been down this road before. My heart can't do it anymore, and I can tell you better than just another one night stand. I'll admit you make me smile like I ain't done in quite a while. So promise me whatever you do, girl, don't make me fall in love with you. Girl, don't make me fall in love with you. Whoa, 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 no. I've been down this road before. My heart can't do it anymore, and I can tell you better than just another one night stand. I'll admit you make me smile like I ain't done in quite a while. So promise me whatever you do, girl, don't make me fall in love with you.
Awesome, man.
New one, Tim Styles and I got.
Yeah, and you sent me another song that Tim Styles wrote. Did you guys, the one that you sent me, did you guys write that one together?
That was something that we just got off of the run we did in Arizona, and he said, "Hey man, I've got this idea I've been thinking about," and we were on the Highway 40 driving, and he was putting pen to paper, and he's just humming along, and he wrote that thing that afternoon, and that night after the show, he said, "This is kind of what I'm thinking," and we sat there and tweedled around with it a little bit, and that's what he came up with. That song is unbelievable, man. No, he's fantastic.
Yeah. I love I love working with prolific guys like that. It makes my job easier, right?
That guy he's a younger guy, but I mean, it's like he's lived 1,000 lives over. I mean, that guy's just an unbelievable writer. Yeah, he's an awesome mentor for me, and he's not originally from Bakersfield, and so Bakersfield's scene of music is really getting back to what it once was, and there's a lot of good people in there now, and we're all coming together, especially during this whole quarantine thing. It's given everybody the opportunity to write together remotely, doing Zoom and all these different virtual writings together. So it's been kind of nice, and so although I knew who he was prior to all this, I didn't get a chance to write with him because we were just all so busy. But now we've kind of forged a bond together in this. It's kind of cool.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, a lot of interesting and creative things are happening during the quarantine that might not have happened before. So like as creators, as writers, I think we make the best of a situation when we can, right?
100%. I mean,
and
we've all got to do something.
I love to hear that Bakersfield is coming back, because if anybody that's watching doesn't know, in Bakersfield back in the day was literally like the West Coast mecca of country music. So on the East Coast, you had Nashville, and on the West Coast, you had Bakersfield. And so I'm glad that tradition is coming back. Absolutely. I mean, it still never really went away, but it's like it's good that people are recognizing that more and more.
Well, there's always been somebody that's kept it going, but when I was writing a lot back in 2009, 2010, kind of doing stuff around there, and the attitude towards the inner circle of musicians and writers and artists in town was really, hey, you're not in this clique, we're not going to help you. And
right
now, it doesn't matter what genre you're in, who you're friends with, what you're doing. Everybody's helping everybody these days, and it's great.
I love that. Well, Speaking of helping everybody, Amber 2020 in the chat room is gifting subscriptions to people. So she had requested this song from me before, and this is a song I wrote with John Knight that is previously unreleased, so I pretty much only play it when I'm on Twitch. So this one's for Amber. This one is called Highways and Heartaches. It will be once I tune my guitar. You ever do that thing where you forget that you drop the E down to a D?
It happens to me nonstop.
Oh, how embarrassing. The segue was perfect, and then it all went wrong. All right. Here's going to be the actual song. Now, I could have faked it probably and faked my way through it, but it could have been a disaster waiting to happen. I would have had to do like this weird inversion. I'm just not that good of a guitar player to do that. So here we go. Highways and Heartaches once again. Got wings beating out the dust when we settle downtown. She's got a heartbeat that flutters like love and never come down. She got mama and daddy trying to pass on the hand-me-down dreams. ever enough to know it ain't what she needs. She needs highways and heartaches to find herself. She wants the same thing as everybody, something else. She needs to fall too hard and run too fast, and enough room to make big mistakes. She needs highways and heartaches. She needs bright light and concrete and faces she's never seen. She needs 2 a.m. walks on the sand with tired-eyed feet. She needs the rush of a kiss in the dark that she knows just won't last. She's gotta get out there and live. She'll never come back. She needs highways and heartaches to find herself. She wants the same thing as everybody, something else. She needs to fall too hard and run too fast, and enough room to make big mistakes. She needs highways and heartaches. Well, I bet I can stop her for now if she come home to me. And I know in the end she resent me, so I just want you to leave. She needs highways and heartaches to find herself. She wants the same thing as everybody, something else. She needs highways and heartaches to find herself. She wants the same thing as everybody, something else. She needs to fall too hard and run too fast, and enough room to make big mistakes. She needs highways and heartaches. Yeah.
Awesome,
I made
man.
it through it. I made it through it.
That's a great song, dude.
Thank
You know what? we were talking about kind of how the show rolls and maybe do a cover or, and what you wanted to do. And I was like, you know what? I want to think of an old deep cut, something I haven't played in a long time, maybe for a cover. And I shit you not, the song that I was going to do,
Yeah.
this old song, and it was called Highways and Broken Hearts.
Play it, dude. That's perfect. That's perfect. If that was gonna be your next one, absolutely play it.
No, I got another one. I'm just thinking that's so. I mean, what is the chances of that?
Well, it is country music, and there's plenty of highways and broken hearts and heartaches. So,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
dude, and being from Bakersfield, I'm sure. I mean, how many more country music songs are gonna? I mean, look, I'm a huge Merle Haggard fan, but how many more are gonna reference like, there's always like you got to throw in Haggard, Jones, Cash. You always got to there's like 5 artists you always have to mention, right?
Absolutely. Those guys.
I heard one today. I'm like, really? Again, Jennings and Jones, someone said. But like Jamie Johnson already wrote, I'm somewhere between Jennings and Jones. And then today, and another song I heard by some new artist said Jennings and Jones. I'm like, all right, guys, I get it.
Yeah, you can't even write a song when you have to reference one of the godfathers of country music in every country song you write these days. It's just
or reference 4 other songs.
Yeah, exactly. No joke. Yeah, if it doesn't say Hank in it, it's not a song anymore.
Right, exactly. So, but yes, please 100% play that next.
I think song I want to play next, because we're talking about Bakersfield, and we're talking about the Bakersfield sound a little bit, and
yeah.
being from here, and people that don't know Bakersfield, it did have its own Bakersfield sound, and it is, it's referenced in the Hall of Fame in Nashville, and it was a really big deal. Bakersfield did produce Merle Haggard from here, and Buck Owens, and Dwight Yoakam's from here. I mean, all these, famous people, Red Simpson, all these guys played these honky tonks here, and they had a sound of their own. And it was a mashup of everything that was going on back in the day. And I was playing a show in Arroyo Grande, and I was told, this was back in last December, and I was told there was going to be about 300-400 people at this show, and they got the dates wrong for it. They sent the flyers out on the wrong dates. I got there, and there was only 4 to 5 people this whole day.
4 to 5, yeah, depending on who's behind.
One was bigger than the other, so so we laughed about it. It's like, hey, we got paid either way, so it was fun. We played and hung out, and we went out that night, and the guy that had us at that place took us out and got us pretty well tipped over. And we were drinking whiskey that night, and I got to my hotel room, and like around 3 or 4 in the morning, and we had another show the next day, and I had a bottle of whiskey on my nightstand when I woke up, and I said, "Good morning, morning whiskey," and for whatever reason I said that, and I thought that sounded like a pretty good country song to me.
Totally.
So, yeah, right. So I called my cousin who was playing with me at the time into the room, and we started writing this song, and this is on my new EP, Raise the Bar. It's called Morning Whiskey, and we wrote it with the Bakersfield sound in mind.
Great.
Good morning, morning whiskey. Well, how you been? Did you miss me? Yeah, I missed you too. And I know it's been a few, but I need you since she's gone. It seemed like forever since my arms have held her. And that's just the case since she went away. Now I'm back, if you'll have me. I came crawling back, never meant to do you no wrong, but my heart can't heal without your lips pressed softly on my morning whiskey. Could you save me one more time? I know you, morning whiskey, they got to know how to fix me. I've been crying some tears, 'cause she ain't here. Could you pour me a strong one? I feel like a fool on this bar stool. See, only held back and fire, 'cause you shoot me straight. You're the only way to get her off of my mind. Because I fell for you long before she came along, and that's why I came crawling back, never meant to do you no wrong, but my heart can't heal Could you save me one more time? Yeah, morning whiskey. Could you save me one more time?
Yeah, we lost you for a split second, just so you know.
Dang.
But you came back. We lost you for like I don't know. All of a sudden, I was on the screen and I was like, "What's happening?" But you froze. You were like, it was perfect though. You looked great. You were like perfect action pose.
That's perfect. I'm glad it paused on a good spot.
Yeah. Oh, hey, and you guys in the emotes, I changed my prefix. So now it's just, instead of Jason C4, which I thought was really strange, I just changed the prefix to JCM. So you might have to change that if you have macros. Sorry, just I'm getting technical on everybody. But okay, so now you actually inspired me. If we're gonna go for the Bakersfield sound, I realized I'm gonna bust out a Buck Owens song if that's okay with you.
Oh my God, I'd be honored.
Awesome. And it's not Tiger by the Tail, even though I love that song.
That's a good one.
Because that's too hard to pull off acoustically. But all right, yeah, I'm gonna my dad used to sing this song to me. So you know, get emotional, everybody. All right. Actually, I just realized my dad used to sing. If my dad sang this to me when I was really young, and maybe this song wormed into my brain, and this is why I moved to Hollywood. You never know. They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me. We'll make a film about a man that's sad and lonely. And all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. Might win an Oscar, you can never tell. The movie's gonna make me a big star, 'cause I can play the part so well. I hope you come and see me in the movie. Then I know that you will plainly see the biggest fool that's ever hit the big time. And all I gotta do is act naturally. We'll make a scene about a man that's sad and lonely, begging down upon his bended knee. I'll play the part, but I won't need rehearsing. And all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. If I win an Oscar, you can never tell. The movie's gonna make me a big star, 'cause I can play the part so well. I hope you come and see me in the movie. Then I know that you will plainly see the biggest fool that's ever hit the big time. And all I gotta do is act naturally.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Buck would be proud, man. Buck would be proud.
Did you
I got to play a show with his son last weekend.
What's that?
I played a show with his son last weekend.
Oh, that's right. Was it at the Palace?
No, this was actually at the ranch we had.
The ranch
live show we did.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was our headliner, Johnny. He's an awesome guy, man, and a great player. Just, you know, he keeps his daddy's memory alive, and he does a good job at it. It's really cool.
I love that. By the way, did you ever hear the Ringo Starr version of that?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, so Ringo Starr covered that. The Beatles covered that song with Ringo singing it. You got to check it out.
No way. So my buddy, he has a studio here in town, and it's Buck Owens' old studio. It's an old radio station, and a lot of that old memorabilia and all the old reels and everything are in there. And he showed me a recording of Ray Charles doing "Tiger by the Tail" at that studio, and holy crazy, crazy, something completely unreleased, and somebody's like, dude, check this out. Put this on. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I wonder if that was because I know Ray Charles did at least one, like Ray Charles just did a bunch of country covers in his own style. He did at least
that could have been.
I wonder if it was for that, and then he just didn't put that one on it.
It was awesome. He had the whole studio, he's in the vocal booth talking back and forth, and you're just hearing that chatter is just so crazy, man. So cool.
Like, to musicians like us, like, we love the chatter and the stuff that people say in between the songs more than we love the songs.
There's the documentary Heart Torn Highways. I love that movie. Insane. I love that. That's so cool. So cool to me. Sticking with the Bakersfield theme.
Okay.
I want to do this song by a guy named Chad Cook. And just to kind of put it in perspective, my family migrated here from the East Coast. They were all from Ireland. And they came out here during the Dust Bowl. They've settled in Kentucky and Oklahoma and made their way out here, like most of us did in the San Joaquin Valley. And we came out here, and we didn't go the farming route. We all went in the oil industry. And so our family's been drilling oil wells in California and everywhere else since the early 30s.
Wow.
And it's been a part of our family. I've been in the oil industry my entire life. It's just what our family does. And it takes a strong-willed and a bit of a sick individual to stick in the oil fields for that long, because it is a rough industry to be in. It's thankless at times, but it's really rewarding, and it's a big family out there. And right now, locally, we're getting hit hard, and there's been tens of thousands of layoffs locally, and it's just it's a tough deal. So. Went through all this, I heard this song, and I started playing it in ode to my oil field family. So this is called Oil Man by Chad Cook.
All right.
There ain't a darker night than the ones I've seen. When you're too damn tired to even dream, but you come alive with a doghouse stream. Whoa, the old field's dark as the money is green. There ain't a headache like the ones that come between a 2-week hitch and a 7-day run. Blood, sweat, spit, and a filthy tongue. Whoa, the old fields hurt like a snake bite stung. So I'll send a card for Christmas and birthdays missed, and I'll sign the papers for the one that I couldn't get, and I'll take the blame if I don't make the good Lord's list. When I die, I hope they know it was all for them, 'cause I'd do it all over again. There ain't nothing stripes, getting put out of work when the price ain't right. Yeah, and I left my soul, my pain, and my strife. Oh, the old field home filled by life. So I sent a card for Christmas and birthdays missed, and I signed the papers for the woman that I couldn't kiss. And I'll take the blame if I don't make the good Lord's list. When I die, I hope they know it was all for them, 'cause I'd do it all over again. Well, this heart had steel toes on my feet, built the roughneck man that I'll always be. Yeah, and I did it all for my family. Oh, rig up, rig down, this past just might bury me.
That's deep, man. That's a deep song.
That's a pretty cool one, man.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
You know, it's like you try, you know, as a writer, you try to write, you're like, well, shoot, I like the song. I want to write a song like that. But sometimes it's hard to beat perfection. That song kind of says it all for me. So I was like, well, there's no point writing one, I guess.
Well, I mean, you know, I think James Taylor said, someone asked if they asked him for advice to like songwriters. And he said, well, pick a song you really like and try to write that one, like in your own way. Don't rip it off exactly, but just try to write that song for people.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought that was pretty funny. And
makes sense. It's a tough gig to do that sometimes, you know. And I have a hard time when I'm writing, because I get these ideas, you know. I mean, I want to write a certain song, and then I have you know, maybe an idea of the tempo or how I want it to go, just kind of the melody behind it. And I usually have a similar song in mind per se. And then halfway through, I'm like, damn it sounds just like this song, you know. I just,
right.
It's like trying to figure out, you know, how to change it up. But
or for me, I often I'll be like, oh no, I wrote something with that chord progression before, or I wrote, you know, something similar to that. And a lot of times, like, what I learned about co-writing with so many people after a while is to not get too attached to anything, like write for the sake of the song. And if that's where the song needs to go, then complete that thought, and don't think about like, oh, I have a song similar to that, or oh, that song sounds a little bit like that. Like, just throw that out of your mind and do the best that you can for that song that you're working on. And if it doesn't, if it turns out later, oh, it is too similar to this or that, that's okay. You know, maybe it doesn't come out, but it brought you on a journey, and it took you there, and it made you a better songwriter, you know?
Exactly right. Yeah. And like Tim, you know, he's been around the block forever, and I'm asking him about, you know, this song doesn't quite, you know, this rhyme structure is not quite here, or it's not matched up. He said, throw it out the window and just write a good song. He said, just write what you're feeling. And, you know, don't worry about these formulas that everyone has in their mind, and just make it happen.
By the way, we just got rated. Hal Sparks just brought 157 people into the room.
That's very nice of it.
Thanks, Hal. Thanks.
Appreciate you, sir.
That's what we do on Twitch too. Like, so when we're done, we'll raid somebody else's channel and bring all our audience to them.
Oh, nice. I like it. Okay, that's cool.
That's a fun thing to do here.
This is my first experience on Twitch. I'm liking it.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, people we're loving that song. Amber 2020, I know, lives in Texas, and she's in an oil family as well. So
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Connected with that song very much so.
Wonderful.
All right, I guess it's my turn to play something, and I think I'll play. I'm gonna play. This is the last song on my In the Wasteland album, and the incredible gospel singer Brenda Lee Yeager sings on it with me on the recorded version. So if you guys haven't had a chance to hear that yet, just to hear her sing, check it out. This one is called Finding My Way in the Dark. Well, I'm lost in the dark, danger all around me, I won't get very far, oh, I have no eyes to see. He said, look for the light, but how can I follow? Things they just don't seem right. Sure hard to swallow. I could stand here and wait for things to get better. They say I should have felt mine over me. I'm just reaching out my hand, and I'm trying to understand why the things that I do are pushing me back to where I began. I'm just searching for the truth, and all the heartache that I'm through. There's no more I can say, I'm just finding my way in the dark. Well, I'm down on my knees, trying to crawl out, begging anyone please give me water in this drought. Well, it's cold in the pitch black. Why don't you got my back? Lord, help me get on track as I brace for the attack. I could stand here and wait for things to get better. They say I should have failed, but I found it don't matter. I'm just reaching out my hand, and I'm trying to understand why the things that I do pushing me back to where I began. I'm just searching for the truth, and all the heartache that I've been through. There's no more I can say, I'm just finding my way in the dark. Oh, oh, oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, oh, I'm just reaching out my hand, yeah, I'm trying to understand why the things that I do pushing me back to where I began. I'm just searching for the truth, now the heartache that I've been through. There's no more I can say, I'm just finding my way in the dark. There's no more I can say, I'm just finding my way in the dark, yeah, the dark. Yeah.
Dang, bro. Maybe I'll tear up over here. You nailed that one, man. Your voice is so killer, dude. That's That song fits you.
Thanks, man.
Big time. I like that a lot, dude. You know, it's
I love gospel music, and I always try to put one gospel themed song in every one of my records when I can, you know. Like I did sort of like a heavy version of I Saw the Light, you know, the Hank Williams Sr. song on a previous album. And I made it real heavy, but still just I love the gospel style in general.
You know, it takes a special person to do a gospel song justice. And you know, you look at like the back end of Johnny Cash's life. I mean, Johnny Cash always sang gospel to some degree, but gospel had a whole different feel and sound towards the latter part of his life. And the songs that he was putting out are just, I mean, take on a whole new meaning. And, you know, if a person does a traditional gospel song right, it can rebirth it. And, I mean, it's in a whole new light. I really do like when people do renditions of gospel songs with a modern touch to them.
Yeah, me too, because there's so many great songs that just aren't listened to necessarily, you know, because they're older, or, you know, for whatever reason they get forgotten because there's so much new music coming out all the time. But it's always good to go back and check out those classics.
100%. 100% right. You know, I was thinking of this song that I wanted to do. I don't know what made me think of it, but a while back during this whole quarantine situation, a friend of mine came to me, and he was having some marital problems, and he wanted to write a song for his wife, and he's not a musician or a writer, and he tasked me to be the person to write a song for him. And that's a pretty big honor, and also a pretty big, you know, challenge. It's like playing a funeral or a wedding. That's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean?
I've done both.
I don't like it. I really don't. It's not my thing. But, you know, when it's your friend, you know, at least I try to do something for him. And he went into pretty great detail about his marriage and what was going on and stuff that I really didn't care to hear about. And, you know, it's like, man, information overload, bro.
Right.
And so, but at the end of it, I mean, I could see what it was doing to him, you know, and what was really going on. And so, I think that's the kind of the blessing and the curse of writing, is that I get more people opening up to me now about things personal to them, and they want, hey, could you try to put this into a song? Listen to this story. Try to tell the, you know, and it's like, man, I had no idea these things were going on, or had gone on in some of these people's lives that I've known forever. And so it's really cool, but it's a big torch to carry in a way, you know. Sure. And so you want to try to do that justice. And so after about a week or two of thinking about my friend and his situation, this is the song that I ended up coming up with. It's called Until Forever's Gone. This is going to be on the new project that we got coming out. So.
Great.
Your lies are the poison that keeps my mind away. Your touch is a madness that makes my body shake. Your smile is the one thing that warms me when I'm cold. And the way that you're bad for me, babe, it never will grow old. It never will grow old. Maybe one day we'll run away. Maybe out there where there's nothing left to blame. Just me and you, holding strong till forever's gone. You've always been the one who could melt my heart of stone, then turn around and break it, leave me feeling all alone. I'll never be the one to tame you, that's just the way it goes. But a boy has to chase his dream, even when he's old. Even when he's old. Maybe one day we'll run away. Maybe out there where there's nothing left to blame. Just me and you, holding strong till forever's gone. And I can be the man you want me to be. There's no way in hell you'll take the time to see it's always been me. Maybe one day we'll run away. Maybe out there where there's nothing left to blame. Just me and you, holding strong till forever's gone.
Wow, man. That was great.
Thanks, man. That was a fun one to. Well, I guess you're saying it was a fun one to write, but you know, it was an interesting process to write.
Fun
that
and
one.
not fun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I learned a little bit about myself and my writing styles and my writing abilities through it, so it's fun to do something different and something outside of my box. But yeah, you know, difficult topic to write about.
For sure. Yeah. But you know, also that's kind of our job, right? Like as writers.
Well, you want to do it justice,
Right.
you know, and if I write a song and I write it and I rewrite it and I rewrite it, and it's like you know, nothing is ever good enough in a lot of ways. But if engineers ran the world, there'd never be a car on the road, because there's no such thing as perfection, right? They just got to put them out. You know,
Right.
Comes a time when perfection is not quite an option. You just got to go with it.
Well, sure. I mean, and I think like a lot of us are perfectionists to a certain extent, you know, and then that holds us back in a lot of ways, because if you never get it perfect, you'll never put it out. And so that's another thing I think is always valuable about the more people you collaborate with, the more you learn compromise in songwriting, and also like someone could say one word, and that one word takes the song in a completely different direction and just changes the whole perspective of the song. And you know, I think as songwriters, we're almost addicted to the process of writing. You know, I mean, there's a purpose for it all, but the journey is incredibly important and incredibly fun too. It can be.
Yeah, I started on a song, right? I mean, I started one last night, and I'm 2 lines into the chorus, first verse and chorus, and I'm at a crossroad. It's like, you know, I could go 2 ways with this, and is one better than the other? Probably no, but I mean, which one is going to do it more justice? And so, you know, after this podcast, I'm going to make a decision on this and hopefully get it knocked out. But, you know, sometimes you got to just pick a road and go with it.
Well, I hope this little break helps you clear your mind a little bit from it. And
Absolutely. I'll make sure to send it to you. You give your opinion on it.
yeah, please do. I always do. All right. I remembered to tune this time.
Attaboy, attaboy.
So this is going to be my last song of the show, and then you'll close the show out for us. And by the way, everybody, so Joe doesn't have a PayPal. So if you guys are interested in contributing to Joe, just donate to the channel, and then I will give that to him. Because unfortunately, if you want to donate directly to somebody on Twitch, it's got to be like that. It's got to be through PayPal. That's just sort of how it works.
I'm behind the times.
Whatever I get, I'll I think you trust me, right?
You, buddy. Thank you. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in and listening to us. And thank you, Jason, for having me on the show, man. It's been a blast.
Yeah, man. I was really excited about having you on today, and really quick. So let's talk. So you and I often wax poetic to our viewers occasionally about how, all of my tours got canceled and all of my, all the festivals I was going to be on. And you and I were both booked on the Merle Haggard Boxcar Festival.
That's correct. That's how we kind of sort of came together on this deal. And
yeah. And so luckily it looks like we're both going to be on it next year.
Yeah,
but something for us to look forward to, at least.
Absolutely. Hopefully we can maybe get you down here and play some shows somewhere in the meantime.
Yes, absolutely. Because I'm dying to play in front of people, and I can maintain social distance and play. So we're good.
Absolutely. We can do it.
To be outside. So anyway, I'm going to close with this one because it's this is the darker side of your last subject. So this is a song about being cheating on. And what you're gonna do about it. This one's called 100-Pound Hammer. You wouldn't believe the news, you had to see it for yourself. So you walked right in, lo and behold, she was in there holding someone else. Now I know we're all sitting around thinking how this won't happen to us. Brother, I've been the way you are, believe me when it does. It's gonna hit you like 100-pound hammer. It's gonna burn you like a pound of fire. It's gonna hit you like 100-pound hammer. It's gonna cut you up till you die. Now you got a couple of choices. You can bust in like a wrecking ball, or you can just walk out and pretend you didn't just walk in and see what you just saw. The way you wind up tomorrow, at this point it's all up to you. You can let her be the thing that never was, or be the thing that got the better. But either way, it's gonna hit you like 100-pound hammer. It's gonna burn you like a fire of fire. It's gonna hit you like 100-pound hammer. It's gonna cut you up till you die. It's gonna get way worse before it ever gets better. You're gonna hate yourself again and again. You're gonna think way back until the day you ever met her. 'Cause in the back of your mind, the blame's on you. Yeah. Oh, oh, cut you like 100-pound hammer. It's gonna burn you like a violin on fire. It's gonna hit you like 100-pound hammer. It's gonna burn you like a violin on fire. It's gonna hit you like 100-pound hammer. It's gonna cut you up to the day you die. Oh, it's gonna cut you up to the day you die.
Dude, oh man, I love that song.
Thank you, man. I
You
wrote
just
that.
like, I think that really showcases your voice and your capabilities and your writing, and just I love it.
Thank
Dude.
you. I wrote that with Randall Clay, who I also wrote Uncountry with, and always happy to play that song. Think about Randall, because he's no longer with us, unfortunately. But really, really close friend of mine, and we lost him about a year ago. And I think it was two. I think we lost him 2 years ago. Time's soup now because of quarantine and everything. Like my last show was March 8th, and it feels 100 years ago, and it feels like I played it last week.
Yeah, right, exactly. You're somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Well, I'll play this last one for you guys, and just before I get going, I want to preface this by saying last year, September 19th, 2019, I was in Nashville. It was for my birthday. I was there for work, and it just happened to be my birthday. And that if you've never been to Nashville, it's quite the magical place. And
A million
it's
times.
Really,
Love it.
yeah, it's awesome. And something happened to me while I was there internally, and it sparked a writing bug again for me. And I was able, in the next few months after that, to write, and just in a whole nother clear mindset that I hadn't been able to do in a couple of years. And I took so much off my chest. Someone, wrote tons of songs I'll never put out, but just songs that I needed to personally write. And at the time I was playing some gigs, I was filling in for people, doing this, that, and the other, but I wasn't really pursuing a whole bunch. And 365 days go by, and I've a song on that EP, Raise the Bar, song I wrote called That'd Be Me, started popping up, and I got played on WSM, Grand Ole Opry Radio. I got played on KZZ here in Bakersfield. I've been getting spins all over the place with this song. And so I say that because for everybody out there that's struggling through COVID, a lot can happen in 365 days. It doesn't always have to be for the bad. It can be for the good. And this last year has been kind of a whirlwind in the music industry for me in a good way. And so there's going to be some light at the end of the tunnel on this, I think, for everybody. And so with that being said, I want to tell you about this song a little bit. It's about all my buddies from Bakersfield and people that have never been to Bakersfield. I know it has kind of a negative undertone to a lot of people in the world, and it is what it is. A lot of people don't have use for Bakersfield, but I got plenty of it. And the people here are some of the salt of the earth, hardworking, most generous, toughest, just gritty people that you'll ever want to meet, and they'll have your back time and time again. When I moved back here to California, back when I was like 18, 19 from Arizona, I fell back into the same group of people that I grew up with, and they were just 10 times rowdier than when I left them. And we had more time.
Catching up to do.
We got ourselves into trouble. The countless stories, but every line in this song is about somebody in there. And there's a line in it that who's that guy buying shots around midnight? The whole damn bar lined up on his dime. And I wrote that about one of my buddies, Nick Calvillo from here in Bakersfield. And I played a show last weekend, and I show up to one of our local bars after the show, and the first thing I walk in is I see Nick over in the corner, and he's buying 125 shots.
Gee.
And that's his thing. He buys shots for everybody.
I don't want to think about how much that is.
he's that. But doesn't know people. Hey, buying shots for everybody. Everybody's having a good time. It's just, you know, so every line in the song is about somebody and one of my friends here in town. And I got some really good ones here in town. So I felt like they deserved the song. And so this is called That'd Be Me, and you can find it on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere music can be downloaded. So thanks again, Jason, for having me on here, buddy.
You got it. Thanks for coming. Joe Peters, everybody. Here we go.
Who's that guy doing 80 in a 55? Spinning his wheels on the road, round quitting time. Grabbing fit and gear to meet his boys at the bar like the truck was built for NASCAR. Let it be me, party to 3, hell raising whiskey, drinking SOB. Yeah, that kind of man you want on your side. With them boys get in a fist fight, and I'll be right there with you, crying the blue. With your girls, baby, we are through. Yeah, well, I'm that guy, holding you up while we're putting them down. And singing Marshall Tuckers, can't you see? Yeah, that'll be me. Who's that guy buying shots round midnight? The whole damn bar lined up on his dime. The unofficial man, karaoke king, and he makes the girls wild. If you know what that'd be me. Party to 3, hell raising whiskey, drinking SOB. Yeah, that kind of man you want on your side. When them boys get in a fist fight, and I'll be right there with you, crying the blues. With your girls, baby, we are through. Yeah, well, I'm that guy, holding you up while we're putting them down. Singing Marshall Tuckers, can't you see? Yeah, that'd be me. Yeah, that'd be me. From Bakersfield down to Birmingham, in every place there in between. Yeah, that'd be me. A party to 3, hell raising whiskey, drinking SOB. Yeah, that kind of man you want on your side. When them boys get in a fist fight, and I'll be right there with you, crying the blues. With your girls, baby, we are through. Yeah, I'm that guy, holding you up while we're putting them down. Singing in Marshall Tuckers, can't you see? Yeah, that'd be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That you guys please look up Joe Peters on iTunes and Spotify, and we've got your Instagram and Twitter here in the chat. And man, it's been super fun. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely, man. I hope to see you soon. Hopefully, we can get you up here and play a little bit, bud.
I can't wait. Don't threaten me with a good time, as they say.
Anytime, brother. You're more than welcome.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it soon. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to raid. There are 2 musicians on right now that I really like, and they go by CA and LA. So we're going to raid them right now. And so everyone, if you want to continue to hear some good music, check out CA and LA as we go. But once again, I'm Jason Charles Miller. This has been Miller's Music Mondays. And my special guest, Joe Peters. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next Monday.